Okay guys, we are back with another video. In this video I'll be showing you guys how I'm pressing on these coasters. Let's see okay. So these are MDF square coasters. They are about 4x4 and when you are sublimating on things, they may have protective film on them to keep them from scratching. So when you store them, even if you see scratches on it, it's not on the actual coaster, it will be on the protective film. So before you even sublimate, you do want to peel off that protective film on them. So I will be doing that. Sometimes it can be a little tricky getting the protective film off. So you really have to peel. So there is that part. And then you just peel that protective film off like that. And then you'll do the same for the other. And then just peel that back. And then now your protective film is off of both of the coasters. So I already have my design placed out. You do want to, I recommend doing it a little bigger than the coaster for bleed purposes. So that's what I did there. And of course, as usual, you want to have tape. That way it doesn't shift. These will be okay. Hopefully for me to use tape on the back, it won't leave a mark. So I'll go grab my tape and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my tape. It's brown tape. I think it came from Amazon in a pack with something else. And then I'll be using my Cricut Easy Press for this. So I do have my mat I have extra mats from my heat press, so I do have this that I'll be using. And again, I'll be using just copy paper to put down for my as a substitute for my parchment paper. So once I have this lined up, I would just take my tape and just put tape on. I'm going to do on each side. That way, once I flip it over, I know that hopefully it won't shift. So I'm just taking my tape and putting it on there. Okay, like that. So I'm just going to take this and flip it over. Then have other copy paper. And I'm going to press at 60 with my Cricut Easy Press, 60 seconds, 400 degrees. And I'm going to hold it down so it gets even pressure. Try to get it even pressure. If you do use a Cricut Easy Press, to me, I feel like it sometimes you can mess a product up if there's not, the pressure isn't even. So if you do have a heat press, it's better to me to use your heat press. I just use this because I love the Cricut, the convenience of it, and it's just easy for me to use. But if you struggle with pressure issues, your heat press may be better for you to use if you do have one. If you don't, you can use a Cricut. So I do use this a lot instead of my heat press. So it looks like some of the edges right here didn't get, so I'm just going to press it down again. You'd rather be safe than sorry, especially if you're doing this for a customer or even just trying to learn it. You want to make sure that you perfect what you're doing if you're going to be selling the product. And we do have some of these available. We have a bunch of these available on our website, ERCPRINTING. These make great gifts. Upcoming season for Valentine's Day, you want to pair these with a customized wine glass or something like that. Put it in a basket or anything like that. These do, they're perfect for that. So we're done. I said 460 seconds. I pressed it a second time for 60 seconds, so that makes 120 seconds. And we're gonna see, well, I can tell you guys now, two things I did looking. So one, I did not realize, I did not look at it. It's not flipped. So with the printer that I have is an Epson F570. It automatically flips it on its own, so you don't have to press the horizontal. Sometimes I'm guilty. I don't have a regular printer, so sometimes I do use that printer for a regular printer, just if I need to print out something for just regular printing. Sometimes I do use that, so I have to end up hitting the horizontal button, and in this case it was not unchecked. I didn't pay it any attention, so that's what happened on that part. So you do want to make sure, if you have a converted printer, you will have to select that button to flip it or flip it in the program that you're using, either or. But if you have a F570, you can see it in previous videos that we have. It's the Epson, the 24 inch, I believe. I think it's 24 inches printer, sublimation printer. So I print out of Photoshop, so when I print, I don't have to flip it in the program or check the horizontal box. In this case, I wasn't paying any attention in a rush, and it was already checked, so it came out like this, and I wasn't paying any attention. So that is the first mistake I made. The second one was it shifted. So the tape, as you see right here, this one didn't shift. This one shifted. As you see, when I pressed it, went back to press it the second time, it shifted that way. So it kind of made the design look like that. This one kind of looks like it shifted because it kind of looks blurry looking. And I do also want to note, when you are doing images, I have found in the past, when you're doing images, you want to brighten the images up. I did do this in this case, but I guess I didn't go further enough, or I may have overly pressed it. So that's why it's good for you to, if you're just beginning out, I'm not beginning out, so these are mistakes I shouldn't have made. But if you're starting out, you do want to do samples before you actually dive in, because sometimes you do make those oopsie mistakes. This is a oopsie mistake. I've seen several people make it. They're just in a rush. You don't, it's just a simple thing you don't pay attention to. So you do want to make sure that you pay attention to make sure that it is flipped. Again, I didn't pay any attention, so I didn't notice it. And then also when you're using heat transfer tape, and along with something like the Cricut Easy Press, it can tend to shift. So that's another thing you want to watch out for. Heat press, it doesn't happen as much because if you're not looking at it and you're just going for a second repress, it doesn't really tend to shift on a heat press versus a Cricut where you're, you know, kind of sliding it. A heat press is just a pull down action, so you don't get the shifting as much as you would with the Cricut Easy Press if you're trying to go back for a second press, if you do lift it up, or if you're trying to peek at it, and then, you know, sometimes those things happen. But you do want to make sure that, like I said, if you do a test, it's that way you don't get these oops moments, and that way you can pretty much have it down packed the way you want it if you do a practice test. So I will be reprinting these. I'll put the result of that at the end of the video, but I just wanted to show you guys, if you see the glossiness on this, the overall finished product, minus the mishaps, it is great for gifts. As you see, I did put the tape on there. It did not leave tape marks, but the overall product is perfect for any offering your customers for customization for any type of gift that they're trying to give. Like I said, it's perfect for Valentine's Day, to combine with a wine glass, put it in a gift basket or something like that. So I will repress this, and I will put the link to these in the description, as well as the time and temp of pressing these in the description too. And if you order these, I will leave the template that I used for these. If you order these, I will email you the template. That way you'll have the template to be able to use, and it'll just be that border part that you wouldn't design in for your bleed, and you won't have to do all that on your own. So I do appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I will see you guys on the next one.
But I'm so frustrated.